Hi, I'm Mike Yanessa. Welcome to another episode of Car Stories on PCTV. I'm here in my showroom at Wheels in Motion, 525 East High Street, and we just got done cleaning it and rearranging it a little bit. If you saw last month's show, the Cosworth Vega that used to be over here sold, and now we just have the red 69 Corvette convertible. So that's all it's here right now. I have some more coming in. But this is a 69 Corvette convertible, red, 4-speed, very nice shape. Asking $24,900 for it. If you know anyone, send them down. We are negotiable. We need to find a new home for it, and it's just a beautiful car. So if you have a classic car for sale, we do consignment sales like the red Corvette, the Vega, the T-Bird that was here that we sold. And we also buy car parts, antiques, collectibles, and here's just some of the things that we put up for sale. Some old signs. They're reproductions of old signs. So if you're looking for a good gift idea, stop in Wheels in Motion and check out what we have. Our latest promotion here at Wheels in Motion is the Wheel in Motion. It's a customer appreciation game. If you've watched the two Christmas specials from last year and the year before, at Christmas time we actually spin the wheel and we gave away cash to our good customers. This year it's a little different. Starting November 9th all the way till December 31st, everyone gets to spin the wheel. And the way it works is you do business here and you get to spin the wheel and you get a discount off your next service. You get up to $100 off your next service, or you can get a free inspection, a free oil change. So remember, starting November 9th all the way through the Christmas, Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays, you can get to spin the wheel at Wheels in Motion here at 525 East High Street and get a coupon and a discount off your next service. It's fun. Everybody likes to do it. This year, everybody will get a chance. So don't forget to stop in. Where's it? We're always looking for car stories. So if you know anyone with a good, cool, old car story about drag racing, cruising High Street, or old pictures of racing, contact me at Wheels in Motion. Throughout the winter, we're going to have guests on our show. I have a few lined up already, but we always need more. And just about all these old cars have a good story to go with them. So contact me at Wheels in Motion or at PCTV with your car story. So tonight I set up a little display here about detailing. All right, I find that a lot of customers don't know some of the things that are out there today. For example, when you dry your car off and you wash it, okay, the typical sponge is fine to wash off the dirt. You always do the top parts of the car first and save the bottom part and the wheels for last, so you don't drag up the stones and the grit and scratch your paint. And when you throw your sponge in the bucket, this is a bucket grit guard. And what it is just a screen that sits at the bottom of the bucket so that your sponge or your chamois or your drying towel doesn't land into the dirt. And if you pick up that dirt off the bottom of the bucket, you will scratch your car. So grit guard, nice little thing. Meguiar's makes them, other companies make them. They're like 15 bucks and they last pretty much forever. So, and I know a lot of people still use bath towels to dry their cars. The new paints today, the clear coats and stuff, are very sensitive, especially black, and the cotton from a bath towel will actually scratch it. So we recommend using a microfiber drying towel. We sell them here at Wheels in Motion. They're anywhere from $12 to $15 depending on the size, and it's a very soft microfiber drying towel to dry the car off after it's been washed. And then this is a microfiber towel that we use on glass or we use on the paint. Now, we've been trying different products. The final inspection is the most common one, and a lot of people aren't aware of that. So here, let me show you how this works. After you get done washing your car, whether it be your show car or the car you drive every day, you know how you get the water spots on it and some streaks and stuff? This is just spray it on and use the microfiber and wipe it off. And it just protects it, it cleans it, and it brings that gloss back, makes it feel nice, and it doesn't scratch the paint. Microfiber, and this is Duragloss. Now for years we used Meguiar's products. Final Inspection was all we carried. Now we carry a few other brands. The Final Inspection doesn't have the wax in it or the polymers in it that this stuff does. Like I said, you just do that and it really makes it juicy and it'll come back to life. Use it on chrome, you can use it on glass, you can use it on your show car or just your regular car you drive, like I said, especially after you wash it and the water spots. And this is something, it's called a clay bar. I don't know if anybody's aware of this, but it's a neat product. Meguiar's makes it, a couple other companies make it. It reminds you of when we were kids, silly putty. That's what it looks like. That's what it feels like. And you use this as a lubricant and you spray this on to take off contaminants, whether it be sap. You know, sometimes your paint just feels rough. Well, that's airborne contaminants that you can't see. So you spray a little of that on for lubrication and then you rub this clay bar across it. It won't hurt your paint. It won't scratch. The only way it will scratch is, of course, if you trap a piece of dirt. So you have to make sure the car is clean first. But this will take off sap, fly, dirt, you know, anything like that that has landed on the paint, and it stops it from feeling smooth. So it's clay, and they have different grits of it. They have a soft clay, a medium clay, and a real coarse clay. So if it just doesn't feel nice anymore, and you can see those little dots, clay bar. And a little of the Duragloss or Final Inspection as a lubricant. And it's an easy way to keep your car in shape between detailing. Of course, you know we do detailing here. We wax, do the insides, the interiors, engines, leather, pinstriping, all kind of stuff for your car. But this is more or less in between waxings. Like if you get it waxed once or twice a year, and like I said, especially the dark colors, you can use the Duragloss or Final Inspection and a nice microfiber, and you wouldn't believe how it just brings the shine back. So there's a detailing tip for you. Old car, new car, it works on all paints, especially good for the clear coats. All right, this is a California car duster. I don't know if you guys ever seen them. It's real soft fibers and it's impregnated with wax. And this is nice for knocking off that dust when your car sits in the garage. And a lot of people are aware of them, but a lot of people aren't. You can use this in between detailing and take off light dust and dirt, and it won't scratch the paint. And then when I told you about the microfibers, there's really plush microfibers. These are a little more expensive, they're a little bigger, but they're well worth the money, especially on your dark colors. And hand applicators we use are these cotton ones. Very nice product for putting on wax or any of the other products that you want to put on. Glass cleaner, Windex, like home Windex, does not work on cars. It just streaks. This is one of the products we use here, Sprayway. There's many other ones. It's in a spray can and it works very well with a microfiber. And a little clue on getting your glass clean, when you do the inside of your car, wipe your glass this way. When you do the outside of your car, wipe the glass this way. Then if you see streaks, if they're going this way, you know they're on the inside. If they're going this way, you know it's on the outside. Because I know glass is a real problem trying to get those streaks out. So the aerosol Sprayway is about the best we've found for cleaning your glass. And different products that we have, this is Meguiar's plastic and vinyl coating. It's used on the interior car and it makes it look like new. So over the Christmas holiday, we're going to have more detailing products here on display. Actually, this week, I'm heading to SEMA in Las Vegas. And SEMA is a convention of hundreds and thousands of vendors selling new products. You have to have a business to go there. And like PPG will be there, the paint that we use. Meguiar's will be there, all the latest detail companies. So I'm going to go out there and you talk to the people that develop this stuff and actually make it. And I'm going to be ordering some more detail products out there and stock in the showroom. So again, nice Christmas gift idea, or if you got a new car, stop in and we'll hook you up with some of the latest detailing products. And I'm sure you're all familiar with WeatherTech. We're a WeatherTech dealer. They advertise on the radio quite a lot and television, and they sell a lot more than just floor mats. This is just a small sample here in the back, I'll move that for a camera, of a floor liner. And what it does, it protects your side of your carpet and keeps your shoes from getting on the carpet, getting it greasy, and it keeps water in and snow in the wintertime. They run about $110 for the front, and anywhere from $60 to $80 for the back. But besides mats, which most of you have probably seen their commercials, they sell cleaner for the mat, protect it for the mat. They sell vent visors for most makes and models. And this is a neat product here. They sell clip-on mud flats. No drilling required. Very nice product. I put them on my truck. I love it. And then we have WeatherTech battery chargers. These are like battery tenders. You put them on especially your old car, and it keeps the battery up. It won't overcharge. It just keeps it maintained, especially over the winter months, because I know a lot of our viewers are putting their hot rods away. So over the winter, you want to make sure she's full of gas, make sure she's covered up, and put a battery tender on it to keep that battery fresh. And then this product here is neat too. This is another WeatherTech. It's a Cargotec. The bottom of these feet are rubber. So if you have a mat in the back, you can lock these around your package so it won't slide, just like the groceries are shown in the picture. Very neat product, well made. Most of their products are made in America, and they're from, the guy's from America, a really nice guy, and he developed these products, and we do very well with that. You can buy them online. The difference is you'll pay the shipping. Here at Wheels in Motion, we get them shipped in for free, so they're cheaper than buying them online. So WeatherTech, not just floor mats, battery chargers, Cargotec, mud flaps, and maintenance to keep your WeatherTech mats looking good. So stop in here and we'll show you what we have for your car. Okay, if you watched last month's show, I talked a little bit about common problems in the automotive field that I hear, check engine lights, PA inspection questions. So you can go to the PCTV network and watch all the past episodes of Car Stories. But I heard a lot of positive comments about last month's show because a lot of people don't realize that you can get your car inspected 3 months before, that your check engine light needs to be off to get emissions. So go to the PCTV network and watch last month's show, and you'll learn a little bit about your everyday car. Tonight, I wanted to talk a little bit more about that. Some of the things we hear here at Wheels in Motion, one of the things is a lot of people ask the question is, where do I park? Well, if you come to see us at 525 High Street, you can park out front, you can park on the side lot. If you're here before I'm here, or you drop your car off late at night, there's a key drop right aside of the front bay door. There's envelopes there. Just put your name and number on the envelope and drop the keys through the door, and we'll get them. So that's a common thing that I needed to address. Just like we talked last month about insurance companies, they have strict rules on the way the car gets repaired, and all businesses have rules, right? Some of our rules here is one of them, which is we're trying to enforce with our friends and customers, is you need to come in the front door. A lot of people come through the back door. It's insurance regulations that, it's not good. You could be holding up a technician. The best example I can give you is I do a lot of the painting, and I was clearing a car one day. I was in between coats of clear, which I time, and a customer came through the back door and started talking to me, and I forgot to finish the car, clearing it. So if a technician's involved in something technical, or if there's a paint job going on, we asked all of our customers, friends, to come through the front door, check in with Nick, and all the appointment books, all the tire prices, everything is located in the front. We do free estimates on collision work. That is done up front with our computer. So just a little tip there. A lot of people say, where do I park? And where do I come in? You come in the front door, park anywhere on High Street or in the side lot. So there's something that I wanted to address there. Estimates. Let's talk about that a little bit. When we do a collision job or a mechanical job on a newer car, it's very easy to give an estimate. When you're doing an estimate on or doing a quote on an old car, it's near impossible to do an estimate on an old car or custom work. We do a lot of custom work, and a lot of people want a ballpark price on what it's going to cost. But the correct way to do an estimate on a restoration or custom work is a range, meaning that it could be anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000, depending on what we find once we strip the car, depending on different variables. These cars are 40, 50, 60 years old. You don't know what you're going to find until you tear into them. And there's actually articles written about this. This is one from Hemmings Motor News. He wrote about estimate expectations. And when it comes to, I'll just read it out of here, when it comes to restoring an old car, it's virtually impossible for the restorer to know ahead of time the condition of every single part on your vehicle. You can't expect the shop to give you a set price on restoration or custom work. A generous price quote range is the way that you do it. And a lot of people that are just getting in the hobby don't understand that. They'll say, oh, you've restored a Camaro before, you should know how much it cost. But they're all different. Some of them need quarter panels, some of them don't, and you don't know that until the car is stripped. So I get a lot of people coming in for prices on restoration work. The best way I can tell you, it's time and materials, and we can give you a range, but we can't give you an exact price. Unlike collision work, or if you need new tires, we can give you an exact price on that. So just something to keep in mind. I know some people get a little frustrated because they want an exact price, and you just can't do it. And industry standards, if you check into it, it's to give you a range, just in case you run into trouble. Same with rebuilding engines, transmissions, any of that stuff. You really don't know what it's going to take until you rip it apart. So just a couple things there that I felt that might help some of our viewers understand the business a little bit more. So now, Gus, let's go in the back and I'll show you what's going on back there here at Wheels in Motion. All right, now we're back in the shop here at Wheels in Motion. And this is a 1936 Ford. It's one of our latest projects. It belongs to my good friend George Hansen. And George stripped the motor out, the interior out, and he actually stripped the body down to bare metal. And boy, what a body. It's 1936, but it's in very good shape. So what we're doing to it now, for example, this here, at one time the car had spotlights on it, and somebody brazed in this patch. And we don't like brazing underneath the paint, so we'll actually cut that patch back out and weld it in and make it look real nice, keeping our body filler to a minimum. So that's what's happening to the car right now. There's a couple spots on it that we have to weld. Then once it's all welded up and sanded, then it gets put in epoxy. And here's a fender. Now this fender looked just like the body. We stripped it down to bare metal. No body work's done to it yet other than hammering, dollying, and welding. And now we put one coat of epoxy on it, and then we'll lightly sand it and start doing our filler on top of that. So 1936 Ford, it's an unbelievable condition. It's going to appear original, but it has a worked flathead in it. It actually has an S10 5-speed transmission and a Ford rear. So the drivetrain is updated, rack and pinion steering, just a cool car. He actually had a good idea with this car. He's putting electronic power steering in it out of like a new Malibu, a new Chevrolet. So he didn't have room to mount a power steering pump or power steering box. So he's got a manual rack, and then it'll be an electric power steering, just like our new cars have today. So you'll have to wait and see what this one looks like when it's done. It's going to be beautiful. This is a 1966 Chevelle. Someone else had painted it and done the body work, and the gentleman's been putting it together himself in his garage, but it's gotten to the point where he needed some help. So he brought it here. We're putting exhaust on it, which we already did. We put a stainless steel pipes exhaust that we got from Dan Woods at D&W Motorsports. We straightened out some of the electrical issues, put the emblems on the fender. We're doing the whole interior, the dash, the steering column, the console, the carpeting. I have a Joe Somnick's interior. He's going to do the headliner for me. So not all our cars here are full restorations, body work and paint. In fact, we're booked up on body work and paint, but as far as mechanical restoration or service work on your old or classic cars, if you want a transmission changed or you want the brake system going over or new brake lines, wiring, we can do that over the winter while you're not using it and have it all ready for you in time for spring. So Francis Bauer, 1966 Chevelle, and we're coming along good with this one. It'll be done soon. So if you watch Car Stories regularly on PCTV, in August we're at AMS dynoing this Cross Ram small block Chevrolet. And last month's show, I told you that we were putting it in and you know, buttoning it up, the headers and the exhaust system and the radiator and wiring. Well, now it's in and it runs. So we're going to hop in it and see if we can make some noise. I bet you thought it was going to be louder, right? That's the first time Big Reds have mufflers on it since the 80s. It has a full exhaust system that Colin made for me, 3 inches all the way back with Flowmaster mufflers. Still sounds good, but it's not as loud as just the open headers like it was up at the dyno. So coming along good. I still have some front end work to do to it. I got to get the hood back on it and then service the brake system and check everything else on it. But Big Red is running and driving. I pull it in and out, and it's coming along nicely. So again, watch past episodes of Car Stories on the PCTV network, and you'll see the dyno test last month, and now this month it's running. So, well, Gus, I think we're about out of time tonight for Car Stories, so I'm going to have to say goodbye, but tune in next month for another episode of Car Stories on PCTV. I'm Mike Yanessa. Have a good night.